Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Europa Oval on this beautiful sunny Wednesday evening. Out there today are the two teams, Lathbury Lightning taking on Med Vikings for the last game of what is this Dafabet GPL 2025 competition. It's been a great competition so far, very competitive all throughout, and we'll see Lathbury Lightning winning the toss today and opting to field first, which means that the Med Vikings will be batting, and the first two batsmen, the opening batsmen out there, will be Dharminder Singh and Harry Pyle. Hopefully you can join us for this final game, and hopefully, as you already know, have liked and subscribed on our channel. Please stay with us. I am the commentator for today, Kabir Mirpuri. As you have all come to get used to my voice, hopefully you will stick around for one more hurrah. Looks like we'll have opening the bowling the young left arm medium fast bowler in Jamie Riley, who I'm sure Lathbury Lightning will be very happy to have back. He's been missing for the last few games due to undertaking his A-levels. He seems very confident of what those results will be, and we wish him the best of luck with that. So a slightly depleted side for the team in yellow today. They still do have some very good players in their team. Standing at deep backward point, we have Charles Packard, who you just off screen kicking, doing some very good kick-ups there with the football. Very talented sportsman, as we know. Time to get your head in the game, Charles Packard, and it's time to play some cricket. So we have some very important players that I still mentioned in part of this Lathbury Lightning team. Person with the ball in his hand, Jamie Riley, as already mentioned. We've got the skipper, AJ, as usual, behind the stumps, wicket keeping. We do have some national team players in Jack Horrocks, who is out on the cow corner boundary. Also got Richard Hatchman out there, Mohammed Roshan, and some extra new players. Obviously the evergreen Richard Cunningham standing at cover point, and some unknown faces. We've also got Big Sexy out there standing at mid-off, as we have the first ball due to be bowled right now. Here we go. Oh, and it's the first ball wicket straight up, and he's got him. What a start that is for Jamie Riley. Bangs the ball in short. Dharminder tries to go on the pull, gets the top of the bat, and it's a very simple catch, and that's a very big wicket to start the game. It's been a while since we've seen one of those. First ball of the game, and he's gone. Brilliant start that for the team in yellow. Very big wicket. Dharminder Singh, we know, is a very good batsman. Hits a big ball, but he's got to walk off early, and I think the celebrations show what an important that wicket that is for Lathbury Lightning. Didn't even give me time to catch my breath before I could set that up, but here we go. That's cricket for you. Big setup, and then he's on his way back to the pavilion before you know it. It's a brilliant start. As I mentioned, Lathbury Lightning very happy to have Jamie Riley back, and he wastes absolutely no time in hitting his mark straight off. And he has his wicket first up. New batsman walking out to the crease a bit earlier than he would have liked is Tyler Garrett. Relatively new addition to Gibraltar cricket. He is a footballer by occupation, so that's his daytime job. He's going to have to work his magic out there with a bat in his hand this time round. Just getting a long old chat there from his partner Harry Pyle, who will have a very big job on his hands if his team are to get up to any kind of defendable total. Obviously in Med terms of Med Vikings team, they are missing a very, very big player in Miles Isted, who is away in the UK. Hopefully Miles is watching his team and supporting them from behind the screen. But here we go, second ball of the game. Oh, that's a brilliant delivery. Great length, great line. Jamie Riley wasting absolutely no time in doing what he does best and hitting his areas. He's got to make the, looks like he's got to make the batsman work very, very hard for these runs today. Another dot ball that from Jamie Riley. Very good start from the youngster. Still a young, very young man. Reality, 17, 18 years old. Played a lot of cricket. Good amount of experience. And once again, just through that channel outside the off stump. Tyler not really looking to push forward or to push back, just kind of not really moving his feet and throwing his bat out at it a little bit. Risky business, but hopefully he can get some foot movement and spend some time out there in the middle. Once again, going back to a relatively full ball. You'll learn pretty quickly that this is not the wicket to be playing on the back foot too often. Brilliant start. There's 5 balls gone. 1 wicket down, no runs conceded. Can he finish off with a wicket or a dot ball, which means he will bowl a wicket maiden first up. Brilliant start for the team in yellow. They'll be very happy with that. Skipper AJ seems to have his tail up and the mood is good out there for the team in yellow. Looks like we'll have James Scott, aka Big Sexy, self-proclaimed, of course, nickname. I call him the English Shoaib actor due to his pace. And obviously his hairstyle does move the ball in the air a little bit. He'll be hoping to extract some swing out of this ball early on and see if he can trouble Harry Pyle, who will be facing his first ball of the game. Very good start that from James. Working the right channels. A little bit of movement in the air. Harry Pyle just looking for his signature little late dab, but just playing and missing on the first one. Once again, good little channel there for James Scott. This is a very good start from the team in yellow. No runs conceded as of yet. Harry Pyle winding up for the big shot, but thinking twice about it. Probably has that early wicket that fell in mind. Knows he has to bat long. Bit straighter that from James, and the first run has been conceded of the game. Harry Pyle gets himself off the mark and off strike as well. Bring Tyler back to the striker's end. Really good bowling this from Jamie. Looks to bang it in short and hits his mark, hits his areas once again. Lovely, nice little short ball, nice and close to the body of Tyler Garrett, who can only just go back and fend it away. Another dot ball. Jamie Riley's looking good. He's looking good as well in terms of physical shape. He's been working hard in the gym, putting in the hours. Speaking to him earlier. Growing in stature with every day that passes. Once again, goes full this time. Very straight on the wickets. Tyler once again opting to go back. Seems to be his favoured foot movement and footwork. As long as he finds the ball onto bat, he'll be all right. But you need to have that a little bit of a change up in his mentality if he wants to get Jamie away with how he's looking. And it's a brilliant delivery that from Jamie, short and fast. Tyler can do is just prod a bat out at it. I don't quite think it was the edge because he did open the face, but it gave AJ a catching chance, albeit a very tough chance. And he does have his second boundary of the game. It runs away for 4 runs. Down to third man, who is standing inside the ring. Very, very good bowling that from Jamie. Concedes the first runs of his spell so far, but was a chance for him to take that second wicket of his. Oh, that's full, that's straight, that's gotta be out. Given not out, no shot on offer, going onto the back foot. I wasn't quite looking at the screen, but if you're watching from home, let us know in the comments what you thought. Going back, full and straight, Yorker length, right on the toes. The appeal was half-hearted, really, because I think it probably was quite obvious to them out there, but umpire did not move an inch. Given not out, but very next ball goes with the exact same delivery. Tyler Garrett decides to go back again. This time, Jamie Riley says, umpire, if you're not going to give it out, I'm just going to knock the stumps down. No need for a decision there. He's been bowled. Jamie Riley has his second. Lathbury Lightning have their second. Very much on top in this final game of the season. Basically, very clever bowling that from Jamie Riley, setting him up, going short, then going full, then going full. Took the decision out of the umpire's hands completely. Tyler Garrett has to walk off. Dragging his bat along the ground. He's probably not happy, but I was mentioning earlier that you've got to have to start coming forward at some point to a very good bowler like Jamie. He'll just keep putting into that area. If you keep going backwards, then you run the risk of either an LBW or the ball dropping under the bat. This time it was probably hit the pad first, actually, this time, and then went onto the stump. So umpire may well have had another decision to make if the ball didn't plough into the wickets. As you can tell, sometimes one player can make a big difference in a team. So, number 4 batsman walking out to the middle for Med Vikings is skipper Paddy Hatchman, brother of Richard Hatchman, who's playing on the opposing team, as we know. Paddy probably not had his best tournament. Seems to be walking out there quite relaxed. would like to put on a good score for his team. They're going to need him to put on a good score if they are to get up to any kind of respectable total, because they're running out of their core batsmen thick and fast. So Lathbury Lightning got their tails up. Score is a very measly 12 for 2 after 2.5 overs. Jamie Riley, one left in his second over of the day. What's he got, and what's Paddy Hatchman, the skipper for Vikings, got early up? Oh, ball was in the air. Ball was in the air. Was that a chance? Maybe just dropped short of Richard Cunningham, who's standing in his favoured backward point position. Loves to be in the thick of things, does Richard Cunningham. You wouldn't think the man is as flexible and as agile as he is in the field, but he is Mr. Evergreen Richard Cunningham, and he loves his cricket, loves to throw himself around. He's taken some absolute blinders this season. He very much backs up his coaching of the catching technique that he does very often with a lot of the youngsters. He can back it up himself with some very, very good catches. So Paddy Hatchman gets off the mark and keeps strike for the start of this fourth over, and it will be James Scott to bowl it. Oh, right on the pads, big appeal, loud appeal. Everybody goes up, and once again the umpire says not out. Standing umpire today is Tom Ramaje. He is an upcoming umpire, very enthusiastic. Learning his trade with every match that goes along, and gives that one not out. Another dot ball there from James Scott. Good start this from him as well. Bowling in partnerships with Jamie Riley. Oh, catching chance. It's in the air. Pass covers, and that is brilliant work, that from Charles Packard. Absolutely superb in the field from Charlie there. Ran all the way across from the extra cover boundary. Puts in a diving stop. That's what you call giving everything for the team. Putting his body on the line there. At full stretch. Saves 2 runs. Brilliant stuff that from Charles Packard. James Scott dropping that one short. Really very much a freebie with only one leg side fielder on the boundary. Paddy threw the shot a bit too early, wraps him on the pads, and just a dot ball. Catching chance. Oh, one bounce into his brother Richard Hatchman's hands this time. Just dropping short of Richard there. Rico gets it on the one bounce. Another dot ball. Short again. And Paddy this time does find the middle of the bat, but it's straight out to the man at cow corner, Jack Horrocks, who will field it and keep it down to just a single. means that they'll finish with a single for the over, and Paddy will keep strike once again. Harry Pyle hasn't really faced much out there, been watching his partners from the non-strikers end most of the time. Only faced 3 deliveries so far. Jamie Riley, obviously with his tails up, be criminal from any skipper to take him off when he's bowling so well. He'll come in for his 3rd over. Brilliant pace again, that from Jamie. Paddy doesn't seem like he wants to hang around anymore, does he? Big swing, big hoik. Misses it. All ends up and ball goes through to the skipper AJ standing behind the stumps. Standing relatively far behind the stumps, as you can see on screen, because Jamie Riley has got his tail up and he's bowling gas. And again, once again, Paddy Hatchman, get your head on, bud. You're the skipper of this team. You've got to set your stall out, bat for long. Swinging across the line. Looks like it's only got to bring one winner in this competition of ball versus bat, and that looks like it's Jamie Riley at this current time. Play nice and straight, Paddy. Get yourself in, buddy. And he goes again. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. 3 dot balls. 3 plays and misses. Not looking very pretty here from Paddy Hatchman, but Jamie Riley won't mind that, nor will the team in yellow. Big hoiks, ball sting. Relatively low. It's not short enough probably for that shot. Paddy Hatchman just looks like he probably doesn't really want to hang about. He's either I'll hit a boundary or I'll get out. I don't really care either way. And he's gone. That's a brilliant catch. What a delivery by Jamie Riley. Stays nice and full. Paddy Hatchman tries to play a little late dab and takes a little tinkle of the bat, and AJ with a full length dive takes an absolutely stunning catch. Med Vikings lose their skipper and lose their 3rd wicket. Lathbury Lightning very much on top here. This game could be over quicker than we think, ladies and gentlemen. As we see young Axel Shah walking out, and his dad, who is got a yellow top on for today, fielding for the Lathbury Lightning, giving him some words of wisdom and words of advice. We saw Axel have couple of consecutive first bowlers early on in the season. Then he scored in his last game 22 off about 25 or 30 balls, so there is some improvement there. I'm sure his team wouldn't mind him just trying to knock the ball about a little bit. Maybe try and get Harry Pyle on strike. But he has plenty of time to bat today. But with young Jamie Riley bowling the way he is, I wonder what Axel will be able to do to help his team out there. Jamie Riley with his full run up, doesn't look like he's got to hold back against the youngster. Oh, but that's very good from Axel, watching the ball. He knows his line, he knows what guard he's taken, just watches it go past his off stump. That's good from the youngster. Remember, he is only in his teenage years still, so you look at his guard and his stance, very much like a Chanderpaul style of guard. That's brilliant. That's what he had to do. That's probably what the skipper Paddy Hatchman should have done. When you know a bowler has got his tail up, just try and see him off. He was in his 3rd over. Paddy Hatchman had 3 hoiks back to back, then tried to play a little late dab, and now he's sat in the pavilion and we'll have to watch his team play out the rest of this innings. And That dot ball to finish the over will mean that we see Harry Pyle on strike. Remember, 5 overs gone. Harry Pyle did open the batting. He has only faced 3 balls so far. And he will be facing big sexy James Scott once again. He comes in to bowl his 3rd over. Score is 16 for 3 off 5. Jamie Riley figures of 3 wickets for 5 runs off his 3 overs. Brilliant stuff from Jamie. Definitely come back with a bang. Harry Pyle just fends that one away, looking a little bit cautious out there is Harry. Oh, run out chance here, a direct hit and he's gone. Axel Shah just about makes it in, probably sat on his bat on the non-strikers end. I don't like to see that. Youngsters should know by now that they should be backing up. Maybe Harry Pyle could just have a little word with him and tell him to be ready. But looked to set off quite late. Any direct hit would have been gone there. Adrian Fernandez doing the work at short 3rd man. Big stride from Axel, just a big block on the dot ball. Short. Ball picks up this time.
They've still got.
So James Scott finishes with 3 dots consecutively, means Harry Pyle's back on strike, and we have a new bowler in Jack Horrocks. He's one of my international teammates for Gibraltar, who I'll be going away with to Bulgaria. He's carrying a little bit of a strain in the groin area. We thought it was, he was mentioning to me that he thought it was a hernia, but he's been checked out now, and thankfully that's a negative call on the hernia, so he is better, but he is still bowling spin, and he's got a beautiful action as we see Axel Shah on the pull. Jack just dropping the ball short. It's not going to go for a boundary. James Scott. Oh! That's 4 runs because James Scott did chase the ball down, stopped the ball, and then picked up the ball as his body was over the boundary. Schoolboy error there from James Scott, big sexy. You're going to get absolutely slated by your teammates on your group chats, fella. And your son, who I'm sure no doubt is watching all the way from Marbella where you live, will be laughing his head off and sending you some very cheeky messages. And as I always do, I will help him along with that. That was a very comical cricket out there for those of us in the stadium. Obviously you can't see that on screen, but very funny little moment there as we see Jack drop it in short again. This time Axel goes for the cut shot, not quite getting all of it, just straight through gully and it's a dot ball. So beautiful action this from Jack. Obviously we know him as the left arm seamer, but he is bowling spin. Catching chance, Axel Shah, good confidence that, straight down the ground, over the fielder, inside the ring. Beautiful shot that from Axel, good confidence from the young man. He's growing in stature, is Axel. Brilliant stuff, and his dad, who is fielding, as I mentioned, for the team in yellow, celebrating as if he was a Med Vikings player. Very proud father out there on the field. Remember, Kush, you still have to catch the ball if it comes your way. Good this from Axel. This is what I like to see. Very young man batting against some experienced cricketers and just hanging about, waiting for that ball that's either over pitched or short, then playing his shots. Something that maybe some of his more senior counterparts, or senior colleagues rather, in the team can learn from. Once again, Jack bowls short, this time on the offside, and Axel just decides to leave it, and the over will finish with a dot. So Med Vikings are 26 for 3 after 7 overs. Seen Tyler Garrett come and go for 11 off 13. Axel is out there, 8 runs off 11 balls. Patrick Hatchman, the captain, playing some Gundy cricket shots, and he's back in the pavilion now for 4 off 11 balls. Harry Pyle still out there, just faced 6 balls in these first 7 overs. We saw him walk out there opening the batting with Dharminder Singh, who went first ball of the innings. He'll have a job to do later with the ball, no doubt, as we see James Scott come in to bowl his last over of his spell. Full toss on the legs. Harry Pyle doesn't quite catch all of it. Should come back for 2 runs. Oh, great running that from Axel. Brilliant stuff. They run 3. The shot was played by Harry Pyle. Axel had a little look over to who the fielder was running after the ball. He saw his dad, and he probably knew, I'm going to take this arm on. Give me a little bit of bragging rights later on the drive back in the Maserati up to Marbella. He'll tell his father, Dad, you got to get into the gym, get onto that treadmill. I'm walking 3s to you, mate. That's what he'll be telling him. But he's on strike now as we see him fend away a ball for a dot. Good stuff that from Axel. Once again, rocks back and just knocks it into the leg side for a single. It's good batting from the youngster. Not getting bogged down, just trying to rotate strike, fending the ball away and defending when he needs to. He looks set to want to bat for a long time. Good thinking from the young man. Harry trying to play a little late cut shot there once again, but he needs to put his bat through that. The ball was short enough, it was an offer, and there's no one out at deep backward point, but he just manages to hit it straight to Richard Cunningham, who does have to pull out a small dive to stop it, but just another dot ball. Once again, a little late dab, again this time a little bit straighter to Adrian Fernandez, that short third man, and Harry Pyle calls his partner through for a single. 5 off the over so far, one delivery left. Last ball in, James Scott's spell. What's he got up his sleeve? Short. Once again, Axel picks the length early and on the pull into the leg side. He'll finish with a single to the over and he'll keep strike for the next one. 32 runs on the board for Med Vikings. 8 overs gone. So start of the 9th over, it's Jack Horrocks bowling once again. Little left arm spin. Axel once again does very well, picks the length and just knocks it into the leg side for a single. Gets off strike and bring Harry Pyle back on strike. Little late dab that from Harry, should not come back. No, very risky if he does. Decides against it. AJ doing the chasing this time from straight behind the stumps. Harry maybe having an option to put his bat through a few of these, but I think maybe these 3 early wickets has maybe made him rethink how he goes about his playing, but he should play his natural game to some extent. Just trying to nudge and nurdle runs at the minute when is okay, but if you're getting the option of a freebie, a ball short on the leg side, should really be trying to put your bat through that and get the boundary. Axel, oh, that's a great catch, one-handed from Adrian Fernandez. Incredible. For all money, I would have thought that ball was going to beat him. Axel was on the cut shot, maybe didn't have a still enough head and gave them a chance. Good to see positivity from the youngster, but unfortunately Adrian Fernandez, standing at a short third man gully position, had to just move about 3-4 paces to his right, sticks out that right palm and takes what I believe is a very unlikely catch. Nonetheless, that is the end of Axel. Well done from the young man after 3 very quick wickets falling. But that will bring a more senior player out to the middle in Lawnburns, one of the better cricketers in Gibraltar that we've seen. Med Vikings, he's missed most of the tournament for Med Vikings, but Med Vikings will be very happy to have him in the side, especially as I mentioned earlier with Miles Isted, the opening batsman, missing today, and obviously with these 3 or 4 wickets falling within the first 10 overs, Lawnburns will be extremely important in a very important factor in deciding whether Med Vikings get up to a respectable and what they may feel is a defendable total, as he starts with a sweep shot, which I don't know if he got any bat on. We shall see what the umpire signals shortly. Nothing from the umpire, which means that came off the bat. So Lawnburns will get off the mark with 2 runs. 1 ball left in this Jack Horrocks over. Oh, it's gone past the gully position. Can he stop the ball, Adrian Fernandez? He does well to recover in the end. Tried to get a foot down, missed it. Ball went through, was running away towards the boundary rope, but he does manage to recover and get his hand down to it. So he does stop it from going over. Stops 2 runs in the end. Saves 2 runs in the end, rather, sorry. So we have a new bowler. It will be Richard Hatchman, number 13 on his back. Unlucky number 13 on his back. Can he find a little bit of luck in his first over? Starts off with a dot ball. Harry Pyle on strike. Score is 38 for 4. 9.1 overs gone so far. It's a wide ball. Arms spread out aloft by the umpire Tom Ramaje. So Lathbury Lightning do have some decent bowling attack. They've got Mohammed Roshan out there, still yet to bowl. They've got Richard Cunningham who can bowl off spin. As we see, a slightly shorter delivery, a little bit of width on offer there, but Harry Pyle once again just playing a little late dab. Adrian Fernandez been in the game for most of the game in that short third man position. Just a single added to the total. Oh, Lawnburns looking to ramp early on. He was standing very upright. Obviously no fielder, no fine leg fielder at all. Not even a short one, not even one on the boundary. So that option is there for runs if he can get some bat on it, but completely misses it on this occasion. And he goes again this time and comfortably gets some bat on it. He gets a very nice boundary early up in his innings. Good position. Will bring about a field change after Lawn goes for that shot twice. AJ straight away putting someone down there. So a little field change. Charles Packard will come up from deep backward point, and fine leg will go back. Oh, they'll put a fine leg in, and Lawnburns rocks onto the front foot. Beautiful cover drive. Charles Packard gives chase. Ball looked for all money to be going down to the boundary, but just too good chase up from Charles. Holds itself up in the artificial turf out there. But Lawn looks doesn't look like he's going to be wanting to hang around. He is a positive cricketer, very, very good batsman. Looks like he's going to take the attack to the bowling here. Good reply to that though from Rico, pulling the length back just ever so slightly. And Lawn playing and missing on this occasion. Oh, Lawn looking to charge. Great work. Great work that from Russian, but Lawn definitely quick in between those wickets. Called the two very, very early, which is good batting from Lawn. Good sensible stuff. He had placed the ball into a gap between cow corner and deep backward square leg, so there was a little bit of chasing to do from the fielders on that occasion. Russian has got a very, very good arm. Went to the right end, but Lawn just too quick for him on this occasion. Big appeal, but square leg gives it not out on this occasion. Big flight that from Jack, drops it down the leg side. Lawn, very, very good sweeper of the ball, but misses it once again. He'll be a little bit disappointed with himself. It was an offer. There is a gap in that little area that he likes to play the sweep shot. But there's a wide ball called. Lawn using his feet this time, going down the ground, going hard, going straight, and it is 4 runs. I can definitely assure you all out there that Lawn is not looking to hang about at all, using his feet very, very early on. Very confident cricketer, and it's very, very good to watch. Classy batsman when he's on form, and hopefully we're all set for a good and big innings here from him. His team needs him today. Short this time from Jack, but Lawn can only put it out to Jamie Riley standing at cow corner. Very interesting to see. I love to watch Lawn bat. I'm sure we all love to watch Lawn bat, but he needs to go big and go long and go big today. He still has plenty of overs in the bank. Still a long way to go in this innings. He will finish with that single and keep strike for the start of the next one. Apologies for the loss of visuals at the minute behind the bowler's arm. Let's see if we can get you a different camera angle. I think it's come back on. Hopefully you can all confirm in the comment section. It will be Rick Hatchman to continue. No way is that too. Lawn looking good batting from Lawn though, just knocks it into the leg side. For any young cricketers watching out there, you should try and watch Lawnburns when he bats. He's a very sensible player. He knows exactly what he's doing. Takes off quickly, runs the first one hard in case there's any fumbles or any misfields, and it makes it easy for him to come back for the second. Stuff that everybody should learn at a very early age. Game situations, game mentality, it's all very important. Not just all about technique out there, young'uns, whoever's watching. It's about a little bit of the know-how. Yeah, good early call once again from Lawn. Clearly setting himself up for a big one today. Trying to take most of the strike. He's on 20 already so far. Strike rate of 200 off just 10 deliveries. We know how dangerous he can be if he gets going. On the cover drive this time, straight to Richard Cunningham at short extra cover, but early call once again. Easy single in the end. Harry Pyle will be a lot more comfortable, I guess, batting with someone like Lawn. Takes a little bit of pressure off him. He can just knock the ball about. He's on 10 of 16 deliveries, but as we know, a lot of dot balls he faced when he was seeing his partners come and go at the other end early on in this game. Now he tries to go big this time with a flick on the leg side, but big inside edge onto his pads for no run. Richard Hatchman, another player who will be flying away to Bulgaria in less than a month. So getting some good overs under his belt. All this is good practice for those of us that are flying off to the tournament in Bulgaria. Hopefully you will be covered by ECN, so hopefully some of you can tune in for that one as well. 9th of July through to the 13th of July. I believe we will be playing against 3 other teams. Tournament of 4 teams. It will be, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it will be Gibraltar, Greece, Estonia, and Bulgaria, of course, who will be the host nation. As we see Richard Hatchman come in here. Goes slower this time. Run out chance, direct hit, and he's gone. Is he gone? Umpire, what's he going to do? Given not out by the umpire. Wow. Great work that from Richard Cunningham. I thought it was very, very close from here. Richard Cunningham. Brilliant stuff from Richard at short extra cover. Direct hit. Lawnburn for all money was gone there. But umpire gives it not out. Lawnburns does not walk anywhere. He stays put. He's like, I'm not going anywhere till the umpire's lifted his finger. And there is a little bit of discussion out there, but it seems the umpire's given it not out. I thought it was a good call early up because he called it so quickly, but Richard Cunningham was flying in there at short extra cover. Very good fielding from him. He did his part, but umpire said not out. Lawnburns lives to fight another day. So Lawn lives to fight another day, and the very next ball after that big run-out appeal, Lawn plummets the ball into between cow corner and long on. Very, very frustrated Richard Hatchman out there picks up the ball and launches it back in. He feels like they had their man, but we all know what cricket's like. Umpire's decision is final, and that is what everyone has to live with. I feel Lathbury Lightning know that Lawn is the man that they need to get out. They're on top in this game, but they still feel like everyone's a bit quiet out there while Lawn's in the middle. A lot of frustration. I can sense it from up here in the comms box, but it just adds a little bit of spice to this game. As Harry Pyle this time works a single and gets Lawnburns back on strike. Few murmurs up here in the spectators area whether that was out or not, but it's come and gone now. Everyone was going to have to get their head back in the game. Lawn seems like he switched on straight away. Lathbury Lightning have to do the same. And catching chance, but it goes over the head. It's a beautifully timed shot, that from Lawn. One split second we all thought Richard Hatchman was in the game with a possible catching chance standing out there at long on, but it flies over his head and it is the 6. Maximo. He's on 33 off just 15 deliveries, is Lawn. Goes reverse sweep this time. Not sure if he gets any bat on it. That's going to run away for another boundary. 3 boundaries in this over. 2 4s and a 6. Oh no, byes called. They won't care how they come. Runs on the board is what they want. A little bit quiet out there. Mohammed Roshan trying to pick up the spirits of Lathbury Lightning. Screaming from the boundary. Big flight, reverse sweep this time, does get bat on it, and that should run away. Adrian Fernandez gives chase, but it's going to be a hopeless one. Really good over that for Med Vikings and from Lawnburns. Jack Horrocks completes his spell. 1 wicket for a relatively expensive 43. Rick Hatchman takes his cap off and trods in, still frustrated from that run-out decision. Good areas up from Rico. A little bit short and offering Harry Pyle his favourite shot, which is the cut shot. Harry tries to take advantage, but once again misses the ball. Late dab. Gets himself off strike. Bring the dangerous Lawnburns back onto it. Oh, that's beautiful. Lawnburns does not move an inch after he makes contact with that. Beautiful sound off the middle of the bat. Absolutely no chance for Richard Cunningham standing at in the point region. Ball flies past him and flies straight to the boundary rope. Another 4 runs. You can hear some fear in the voices of the team in yellow. Lawnburns is looking to accelerate. Partnership moves to 53 of just 29 balls. Lawnburn doing the heavy lifting. 45 for him of just 18. Oh, beautiful stuff that from Lawnburn. Sexy cricket out there. Just a little reverse ramp shot. Beautiful stuff that from Lawn. Ball goes like a flash to the third man boundary. Another 4 runs. He moves himself to 49 now, of just 19. You can now hear the excitement in my voice. This game is coming alive. As long as Lawn's out there, the game is anyone's for the taking. Still 6.2 overs left. And you can feel the tension in the Lathbury Lightning camp now. They could be chasing anything if Lawnburn stays out there. Harry Pyle still out there, 13 of 21 for him. Just nudging and nurdling around and letting Lawnburn steal the show. And he goes straight down the ground. That's big and that's over Richard Hatchman's head once again. 6 runs, it's a Maximo. Lawnburns is not holding back. Brilliant Lawn. Really good knock that from Lawn. 55 of just 20 balls. Strike rate of 275. Awesome stuff that from LB. Oh, slower ball that from Rico. Good comeback. All happening out there now. Rico finishes his over with a dot. He's bowled 3 overs for 30. I'm glad I decided to commentate this game that Lawnburns is playing. Always learn something while he's out there. Putting together a very, very good innings, but he's got to need to kick on. Lathbury Lightning won't be too disheartened by the total score that's on the board at the minute, but as we see Charles Packard, who is usually an opening batsman, well, he is an opening batsman, considered a batter, being asked to turn his arm over in this game. Bit of a surprising move, this one, because Charles Packard, as I said, is considered a batsman. They do have Mohamed Roshan still standing on the boundary rope, who is usually an opening bowler. So interesting decision this. As we see Harry Pyle just try and once again play a little late dab. Maybe he needs to increase his confidence a little bit and just take the game a little bit more. He has got the skills to do it. Maybe playing within himself a little bit out there at the minute. 13 off 22 balls for him as we see Charles Packard go short. This time Harry goes attacking. It's in the air. Catching chance. Roshan lets it bounce in front of him, which is definitely the incorrect decision as we see the ball spin away from him and go over the boundary rope for a boundary. For 4 runs, rather. Harry Pyle this time 2 steps down the ground and goes for 6. As I say that he's playing within himself, he somehow, some way pulls it out of him and goes back-to-back boundaries, 4, and then a beautiful shot down the ground, 2 skips down the wicket and smashes Charles Packard right over long on's head for a beautiful 6. Another maximum. Med Vikings looking to push on now. Harry Pyle may be growing in confidence after watching his partner Lawnburns play most of the attacking shots out there. Good that from Med Vikings. Moves himself to 23 off 24 balls. Ah, that's an even better shot over extra cover this time. That should be another boundary. No, just pulls up short. Big sexy James Scott doing the chasing. And it is just 2 more runs added to the total. But good from Harry this. Good from Harry. Maybe Lawnburn has had a little word with him. Just a dot ball. Inside edge down to deep backward square leg for a single this time. And it will end the over and keep strike. So, Med Vikings move themselves to 109, I believe, after 15. Scoreboard just slightly falling behind. Harry Pyle is on. Well, I'll bring you the updated score once I can see it on my screen. We will have a new bowler of Mohamed Roshan finally coming into the attack. Oh, and it's balls up in the air. Is anyone going to get under it? Oh, they just watch it bounce. In front of the... Maybe the sun was in the eyes, but good start that from Roshan. Single added to the total. And Lawnburns will be back on strike. Oh, big appeal, but definitely going down leg. You could see from the movement of the wicketkeeper and Lawnburns himself that it was drifting down the leg side. Lawnburns will be disappointed once again. No one in that region. Any bat on that is definitely going to be runs for him and for Med Vikings. Good pace though from Roche. He's attacking bowler. Does like to attack the stumps. Bowls a lot of Yorkers. Where's that gone? Brilliant that, Jamie, brilliant. Top work from the youngster Jamie Riley out there, scampering to his right hand side. Obviously a left-handed, but working to his right there and stopping, saving 2 runs. Very good shot from Lawn, walking right across his stumps. Not looking to hold back is Mr. Burns. Oh, that's brilliant from Lawns. That's a beautiful flick off the legs. Really, really nice shot. Great timing. Lifts it up and over. Square leg. And that is another maximum. Maximo. Brilliant stuff. He's got to keep going. He's got to keep going. And he looks like he's going to keep going. He's not going to hold back. Not too worried about losing his wicket. Backs his ability. Brilliant stuff from Lawn. Ball's in the air, catching chance. Charles Packard sets himself. Can he take it? Oh, he puts it down. It was a very tough opportunity. Charles Packard was running across from mid-off position into a deep extra cover. Ball over his head. Manages to make the ground, gets his hands to it, and then it just pops out. Lawnburns once again living on the edge, but taking the game to Lathbury Lightning. Mohamed Roshan setting up a couple of chances early in his first over. He concedes 11. Score moves to 121 for 4. They're gonna need... It's all subjective out there really, but Lathbury Lightnings do have some good batsmen in their ranks. 121, I'd say 160 minimum. That's 4 overs left. That's at least 50 runs in 50 runs in 24 balls. They can push 60, get to 170. Harry Pyle looking to be a bit more aggressive now. Needs to be a bit more aggressive now. Can only manage a single, but at least it brings Lawnburns back on strike. Charles Packard is the man continuing his second over. Lawnburns goes straight down the ground, and that will be another 4. Good stuff from Lawn. Good batting that from Mr. Burns. Setting up his team for a respectable and defendable total. Oh, it's up in the air. Goes straight up. Catching chance. The bowler sets himself under it. Can it be caught and bowled? Oh, he's put that one down as well. Charles Packard. He's put that one down as well. Back-to-back overs. Drops 2 catches. Unlike him, he's got a very safe pair of hands. There's the Pac-Man. Was off his own bowling. Harry Pyle this time goes down the ground, and that will be another 4 runs. Insult to injury for CP. Drops a catch and then concedes a boundary the very next ball. Albeit a different batsman. They're really going to have to pick themselves up. He's trying to rush through his over now. He just needs to settle himself a little. Harry Pyle needs to keep pushing. Be aggressive. Go again, Harry. Oh, and he's been stumped this time. Misses an absolute floater. And AJ is a very, very good wicketkeeper. Got a very good pair of hands behind those stumps. Standing up to the wicket. Like a flash, those bails come off and Harry Pyle has to walk off. Harry will be slightly disappointed with himself. Had the opportunity to do it, but ball was thrown up into the air, but just misses it all, ends up. It means that he walks off, and the new batsman walking out there will be Samath Boda, Gibraltar's development officer. Very good bowler himself, just picking up in the ability of the batting department. He walks out at number 6. Is it 6 or 7? I'm quite unsure at this point. Lost a little bit of track, but he is out there in the middle with Lawnburns. His job will be to just make sure he has as few dot balls as possible, either go big or get Lawnburns back on strike. Sam Ball faces first ball, gets a nice juicy full toss, and he can only manage to hit it straight to Mohamed Roshan at mid-off, which means that he will steal the strike for the start of the next over. Just talk with some. Good start that from Mohamed Roshan. Good pace, good wheels, good areas. Yorker. Sam misses it. Just needs to get some bat on it, Sam. Definitely the job and the task out there right now is to get Lawnburns back on strike. He's obviously flying. He's on 70 of 28 balls. Literally nothing else to think about apart from getting that man back on strike. And he manages to do that. Good start in the 18th over though from Roshan. Dot ball and a single. But he'll now be up against Lawnburns. Lawnburns having a little look at all these little field changes that go on around him. Very wise, very smart cricketer, as I've mentioned various times. What will he be looking to do? He's got a gap at deep backward square leg. Will he walk across his stumps and try and flick it into that area like he did before? No, he decides to go over through the covers, extra cover. Stands his ground and delivers. Beautiful shot. Another 4 runs. Seems like every ball that Lawn is facing right now is going over the boundary rope in one way or another. 74 of 29. Where's he going this time? Oh, it's opportunity was there. Opted for the little late dab to use the pace through third man, but misses it, and it's just a dot ball. Again, a little reverse ramp shot attempted, but missed it. Another dot ball out of the top. Good bowling this from Roshan. Great over this for the 18th. Just conceding 5. 3 dot balls after that boundary that he conceded. So good stuff from him. Lone will be slightly disappointed. Didn't kick on after that boundary and also doesn't keep strike. 2 overs left in this innings. 137 the score so far. Jamie Riley will come back into the attack to bowl his 4th. Lathbury Lightning will be relatively happy with this score. Good batsmen in Charles Packard and Jamie Riley out there who will probably be the ones to open the batting, I assume. They've also got Richard Hatchman, AJ the skipper, and Jack Horrocks, who can wield the willow. Go on, Sammy. Show us what you're made of. You've done it in the nets. Let's have some big ones. Starts with a dot ball. It's what you don't want at this time. Just I love a big swing of the bat, but sometimes when you've just come in, just have to try and get bat on ball, use that pace and find the gap and still find some runs. Dot balls at this stage. It's just about every event who's going to win it. Jamie Riley wins that one. Straight down the ground, but just a single, but Lawnburns will be back on strike. Just getting a few messages into my DMs about the score maybe not being updated. I just want to give you an update. It's 139 for 5 and 18.2 gone. We had some difficulties earlier and I did mention it, but it has been updated on my screen, so apologies if that's not the case for our viewers at home. Okay, just had another message saying it is being updated. It has been updated, so happy that you can keep up to date. Lawnburns is on 74 off 33. Samath Border is out there on 3 off 5. Jamie Riley is steaming in. Lawnburns keeps trying to play this little ramp shot, and he has paid dividends for him in earlier parts of this innings, but he's just missed 2 in a row. It's a good over so far from Jamie. Just a single and a wide conceded so far. 4 deliveries gone. So just 8 balls left in this innings. Will Lawn attempt to go straight down the ground? Back of a length this time from Jamie. Really, really good spell from him so far. He's bowled 3.5 overs, conceded just 8 runs, and taken 3 wickets. A brilliant comeback game for the young 18-year-old. Who after speaking to his father, I've heard will be travelling off to the UK for the summer to play with his team, and that is a brilliant finish to his spell. Congratulations to him on his figures of 3 for 8 after 4 overs. Awesome stuff from Jamie. He'll have a job to do with the bat later on. Just a quick well wishes from all of us here in Gibraltar Cricket to him in his summer spell over in the UK. It will be Mohamed Roshan to finish this innings rather. Surprised he won't be finishing his spell, but he's bowled really well in the 2 overs that he's bowled today. Come back, Lawn has to come back, Sam has to come back for sure. Good work that from Jack. Straight down the ground, saves 2 runs. Awesome spell. Good again from Roshan. He just loves to hit that Yorker length. He seems like almost everyone uses fast bowlers like to use Yorkers as a special delivery or one that you throw in there every now and again. But Roshan has this knack of bowling 6 of them in an over, and he's really hitting that mark, and it's perfect timing, especially at the back end of this innings. He does it at the top end when he opens bowling, but he also does it at the back end. But this time Lawnburns just with an awesome flick shot that was awesome, manages to hit a 6. Little flick ramp dill scoop kind of shot while he was standing upright. Such a good cricketer is Lawnburns, and when he's on form he's great to watch. He's on 83 off 38. Still has a chance to get to his 3 figures. Can he do it? But it's gone straight up in the air. Keeper AJ should definitely be calling that. Jack Horrocks sets himself and does a great job of taking that catch. Jack Horrocks, an absolutely safe pair of houses there in his hands. Takes a really good catch. Sets himself early, and that is the end of Lawnburns. Brilliant knock from Lawn, 83 off 38. Was living on the edge throughout the whole innings. Had a run-out appeal against him. That was a very close call. Was given not out, but he stayed in there and went on to do what he needed to do for his team. So Mohammad Roshan has his wicket. Definitely well deserved. Shot that. Who's that? Who is that? Ravi Negi, you've never seen him come out before. First ball absolutely tonks Mohammad Roshan over the infield into the leg side for a boundary. Definitely a confident cricketer having a full swing of the bat there. Nice to meet you, Mr. Negi. Very strong setup, strong stance. Oh, he's run out chance here. Richard Cunningham tries to pick it up. Oh, and how have they run 2 runs there? Only God knows. That is crazy stuff. It was the last ball of the innings. Of course, that's why they were taking the risk. Somehow managed to come back. Ravi finishes on 6 off his 2 deliveries. Med Vikings finish on 154 for 6 off their 20. Lawnburns ends 83 off 39. Harry Pyle 32 off his 31. The notable batting contributions out there. Game is in the balance. 154. Med Vikings do have some bowlers up their hands. Sam Athboda will be probably very likely taking the new ball in his hand. He's a very good bowler. Lawnburns obviously has his 4 overs. We'll see if this new man, Ravi, knows how to bowl. He looked like he knew how to wield the willow. So, in the balance of the game, hopefully you can join us in about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes and I'll take you through the second innings. 155 is the total they need, that Lathbury Lightning need to win this game. A lot of the heavy lifting will be needed to be done by Charles Packard and Jamie Riley at the top of the order. We shall see how it all pans out in about 10 minutes. Hopefully you can join us then. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. So here we go again. Welcome back to GPL Dafabet GPL 2025 finale, so to speak. Last game of the season out here in Europa Oval. Some nice warm evening still. Lights have come on, but still enough daylight out there. As suspected and as mentioned earlier, we have Lathbury from Vikings holding that new white cherry, if you can call it that.
Need a top on.
He'll be opening the bowling for the Vikings. Just Paddy Hatchman standing next to him, just going through a few fielding positions that Sam B might want. And also, as suspected, Charles Packard walking out there, cap on, alongside young Jamie Riley, who bowled absolute gas and brilliant before, with figures of 4 for 3 wickets, only conceding 8 runs. Absolutely smashing stuff from him on his comeback to the GPL in this final game. He'll have a job to do with the bat, no doubt now. Lathbury Lightning will be chasing 150, a target of 155 to win this game. Charles Packard will want to put in an effort with the bat after dropping a couple of catches out there. Here we go, Sam B against Charles Packard. First ball into the ribs, and it's just a dot ball. So start off with 2 fielders out on the boundary rope are long off, who is right on that boundary line in the name of Lawnburns, and a sweeper on the offside in Tyler Garrett. Everybody else, as we know, inside the ring in this power play. Here we go, Sam B for his second delivery. And just nudged to Zachary, the Duracell Bunny Simpson, standing at short third man. Stops a single from going through. Still no run. Oh, and that's brilliant stuff. That's a huge wicket in this game, in the context of this game. Sam Bodder, fast, furious, and straight. Charles Packard maybe just a little bit too relaxed. We know that's a big part of his game, how relaxed he usually plays, but maybe just a little bit more intensity required. Needs to push onto the front foot. The ball was full. It was fast and it was furious. Sam Bodder has a wicket in his first over, and Vikings are on the board early. Following suit from Lathbury Lightning, who did take a wicket with their first ball of the innings. This one's not quite the first ball, but it is in the first over, and that will bring skipper AJ out to the middle a lot earlier than he would have liked. Charles Packard walks off, staring at the ground the whole way. We know what a big wicket that is. Didn't really push onto the front foot, didn't really go onto the back foot, just kind of stood there trying to get his bat down, but ball was through before he knew it, and it was knocking those 3 pegs over. Brilliant stuff from Sam B to start off with. We all know that Sam's come back from Prague, from Prague, I believe, where he was out there as an assistant coach to the Gibraltar women's national team, who did brilliantly, came second in the T20s, scared Austria, who are a more experienced side, in the couple of games that they played against them, but inevitably they came second in the T20, but they did bring home the title in the T10 competition, following on from last year's victory in the T20 competition at the same venue. So a big congratulations goes out to the Gibraltar women's team from all of us in Gibraltar cricket and afar who were watching. Girls, you did great, and you did us very, very proud. So Sam B coming back, a lot of good work that he's put in. I always used to see him doing 1-to-1s late in the evenings after his own games, and he's out there putting an effort in for his team Vikings as he comes against AJ in his fourth delivery. AJ gets off the mark straight away with a nice little push into the leg side. So the first run on the board for Lathbury Lightnings, now 2. I believe we have a very, very interesting game on our hands here. Left-hander Jamie Riley comes on to strike now. As I mentioned, did very well with the ball, and his responsibility and role has just increased tenfold by watching his partner Charles Packard be dismissed early on in this innings. Jamie Riley, we know he's a proper all-rounder. Can maybe lose a little bit of focus out there with the bat. Can he switch on and get some runs on the board for his team? We shall see. He has to face 2 deliveries in this Sam Border's first over. Big forward defensive that. And manages to get off the mark with 2 runs. Big forward defensive, but soft hands opening the face, managing to skew the ball through the backward point region. A lot of young faces in this Med Viking team, some unusual cricketers mixed in with a little bit of experience. Obviously, Lawnburns played a lot of cricket. Sam Border played a lot of cricket. Still young man himself, Sam Border, but good bit of experience and number of games under his belt now. Paddy Hatchman obviously been around for a number of years as well. They'll need to carry these youngsters through. Good slow ball that by Sam. Just out of the back of the hand, pops up. Jamie Riley ducking and diving. Gets wrapped on the shoulder, but it was a slow ball, so no harm done in the end. First over goes for 3 runs with that all-important wicket of the Pac-Man, who's now back in the pavilion. And that will bring, I believe, the Afro man, Sarjan Singh, to bowl the second over of this innings. We've come used to seeing Sarjan open the bowling alongside Sam. They've stuck with that throughout most of the GPL, which is good to see. Sarjan, also a young man himself, still in his teenage years, growing with every game that he plays. Good to see from Paddy Hatchman that his player is backed. Catching chance, and he's gone. Skipper AJ has hit the first ball short and wide, straight to backward point. Ravi Negi, the new player who we saw coming out to bat with 2 balls to spare in the Med Vikings innings, smashing a 4 and then running a really crazy suicidal 2 off the last ball, and surviving. So living on the edge, but he's doing his job. Good to see some new cricketers who know what they're doing out there. That will be very important. AJ has to go. He's on his way back to the pavilion. 2 down. 1.1 overs gone. Med Vikings are very much in this game. Brings out number 9, Jack Horrocks, who is very much known as a bowler. He'll have to do a big job with the bat today. AJ will be very disappointed with that one. The ball was short, it was wide, and he's absolutely wrapped the ball straight to backward point. But you need to have the right fielders in the right areas, and Med Viking skipper Paddy Hatchman put Ravi into that backward point area. The man seems to know what he's doing. He's taken a decent catch, albeit the ball was straight to him. He's taken the catch and it's led to the wicket. Again, short, picks up, big bounce from Sarjan. Needs to try and get the ball pitching up, maybe using a little bit of that swing that he can manage to find sometimes. But gets away with that short ball. It's a dot ball. Short again. This time Jack hits it in front of covers. Tyler is rapid across the ground. Can he stop the ball? Really good effort that from Tyler, sliding away. Doesn't manage to stop it though. So first boundary of the innings for Lathbury Lightning. Sarjan needs to work on his length. Decent lines, but just too short this. Don't want to be giving too many freebies and letting these batsmen get their eye in with those types of deliveries. Here he comes. Can we see a response? Better length, that one. Jack just on the prod this time. Big forward defensive. Big shout of no run. I think really big responsibility will lay out there in Jamie Riley's hands today. If Med Vikings can somehow get him out early, they'll be right up into this game. And good comeback that from Sargent though. Just the boundary conceded in this over. Still one delivery left though. Remember, Richard Hatchman still in the hut for Lathbury Lightning, so he might have a big role to play as well. As we see Jack end the over with a single, means he'll keep strike for the start of the next. 8 for 2 after 2 overs. This is where game plans become very, very important for Med Vikings. Wickets always important because it helps you keep the pressure on the batting side, but if they can bowl these first overs where not many runs get conceded, that run rate starts to creep up, that required run rate starts to creep up very, very quickly, and then that adds a lot of pressure on the shoulders of the men out there in yellow. Required run rate at the minute is 8.17. Current run rate is 4, and that is what I mean. If they can have 5-6 overs more of where the run rate is falling short of that required run rate, it starts to creep up very quickly, as we see Sam start his second over with a wide ball down the leg side. Med Vikings a little bit quiet out there. They should have a little bit more volume, a bit more noise after they've taken 2 wickets. A lot of that job, I always feel, falls on the shoulders of the wicketkeeper. Harry Pyle should be using his voice more to encourage the team. Plenty of noise every single ball. Keep everyone focused on the job at hand. Good that from Sam. Better areas. Jack looking to go on the cut, but just missing it. Manages to get through to Harry Pyle. Just a dot ball. Good that from Sam. Slow ball once again. Jack just pushes onto the front foot, opens the face ever so slightly and runs it down to short third man, and his partner Jamie Riley calls him through for a single. It's good batting that from the team in yellow. If there's no boundaries on offer, always keep trying to rotate that strike. It's always important. Try and keep the score ticking along and the scoreboard moving in the right direction. And against a bowler like Sam Athbodder, you don't want to be setting your stalls out in the defense mode too early. You want to still try and stay on top of him and rotate that strike, as I said. Sam is a very good bowler, keeps it very tight, won't offer you too many freebies, so you have to just almost try your best to keep pushing the score forward. And he bowls another wide ball. As I say, he doesn't give too many freebies. Commentators curse, as usual. So he's bowled 2 wides in this over, unlike Sam, but still only 3 runs conceded from it. Still 4 deliveries left. Can he use the extra balls provided by those wides to break this partnership early? Look, just Sam going wide of the off stump. Jamie Riley having a little look at the umpire, maybe silently with his eyes asking if that's close to the wide line, but umpire has none of it, doesn't give anything. So 2 dot balls back to back. And he goes for another wide down the leg side, trying to bowl a slow ball. Cutter, not very happy with himself is Sam. Just needs to keep working hard, use the extra ball. Catching chance! Oh, just wide of Zach Simpson there. Zachary Simpson, the Duracell bunny, puts a outstretched left arm there but can't get close enough to it, and the ball runs away for a boundary. 4 for Jamie Riley. Sam offering up some width, and Jamie Riley does put his bat out. Wasn't in complete control of that shot, but does manage to get a boundary, and this is becoming a very good over for Lathbury Lightning so far. So 3 wides, a single and 4 runs. 8 runs coming off it so far. Still 1 delivery left. That's a nice shot. Sam goes full. It's a brilliant shot, run out chance maybe if they go for it. Both very quick between the wickets, but Sargent is also very quick across the ground, covers the ground quickly and has a good arm on him. Just keeps it down to 1. Jamie Riley ends the over with a single and will keep strike for the start of the next. So Charles Packard obviously back in the pavilion for a duck off 3 balls. Captain Aid, Andrew James, 1 off the 2 balls he faced. Jack Horrocks is out there on 6 off the 7 deliveries he's faced, and Jamie Riley has 7 to his name after 6 balls that he's faced. Just looking around Med Vikings team, bowling options that they might have. They've got Dharminder Singh, who's just warming up now, standing at mid-off. He's a very, very good bowler. Lawnburns, of course, leg spin. He'll definitely be bowling his 4. But they've also got Zachary Simpson, who bowls leg spin too. And as we see him doing the clearing up there at short 3rd man. Tyler Garrett, who came out number 3, he also bowls some decent left arm over. And that seems to be about it from what I know of their bowling options. But still, good enough bowlers to get them through this 20 and keep them in the hunt of their what would be only their 2nd win of this year, but they want to finish on a high. As we see Jack go, and Zachary Simpson's taken it. That's a brilliant catch. I thought for all money that was going over his head, but he was tracking backwards. The Duracell bunny skipping and jumping on his heels backwards, falls backwards, but takes a brilliant catch in the end. Jack Horrocks, the ball was short, it was wide, it was there to cut. He thought it was going to put it over the fielder's head, and he throws his head to the sky. He's walking off, he's going back to the pavilion. Med Vikings have their 3rd wicket, very much in this game. Brilliant stuff from Zachary Simpson. I never thought he was going to get there, but he did in the end, and big celebration that from Med Vikings. Very, very good stuff. Score is 18 for 3 after 3.3 overs. Jack Horrocks is a very important player for Lathbury Lightning, but he's back in the pavilion now, and that brings out unlucky number 13, Richard Hatchman. He's going to want to turn their luck around here and put together some kind of a partnership with Jamie Riley. Jamie Riley, very similar fashion to Harry Pyle, who's standing at the other end, opens the batting, standing at the other end and watching partners come and go. He's had to watch 3 of them come and go. Will he see Richard Hatchman stick around? Good start that from Sarge. Good bowling that from Sarge. It's a dot ball, it's full, it's straight. Hatchman just prodding forward and fending the ball away. Sargent, brilliant stuff. He's got a wicket. He's got Hatchman out, trying to swing across at it. What are Lathbury Lightning doing? They're just having big swings, and he's got an inside edge onto the stumps. What are they doing? They're just throwing their wickets away here. Jamie Riley has had to watch another partner come and go. I was shouting at Harsh. I said, Harshy, come here, and he's coming here. I wouldn't shout your name. Why would I shout your name? Harsh, look, Harsh is here. So, Richard Hatchman is back in the pavilion now as well. Lathbury Lightning in all sorts of trouble here. New batsman out there is Richard Cunningham. Evergreen Richard Cunningham's got a lot of experience under his belt. He's going to have to use every inch of that experience now to try and get his team close to this total. They still do have Jamie Riley out there. And Jamie Riley, we all know, can kick into gear when needed. We saw him with the ball do it. We saw him do it with the ball earlier. He's got to very much have to back that up with the bat today, as we see Sargent come in for his last delivery of this over, and it is a wide, so he will have an extra ball.
Love the comments in the country. How you doing?
You okay? You want to join me on comms?
I don't know, man. I'm not feeling too great, so I don't want to be near people. I don't want to make other people.
So that was a brilliant over from Sargent. Double wicket over that from Sargent, removing both Jack Horrocks and Richard Hatchman in the same over. They're very much in the driving seat here, Med Vikings, as we see a bowling change. And that's an edge. First up from Jamie Riley. Maybe just slightly open the face of the bat. Harry Pyle was at full stretch. Couldn't get the ball. Goes between him and Zach Simpson, standing at short third man, and it is another boundary to Jamie Riley's name. Current run rate is 4.75, required run rate is 8.5 and over. Jamie Riley is definitely going to have to do the heavy lifting in this game. That's a lot of heavy lifting for young shoulders.
And you know what's interesting is that Lawnburns is yet to come and bowl. This could get ugly.
I've got a partner in the comms box, a special guest partner in Harshi Magnet, the Magnet as we call him. He'll be adding some valued comments every now and again. He's got a little bit of a cold, so I've got him at an arm's length. But as he's just so expertly pointed out, that Lawnburns is very quietly standing at a long off position, knowing that he's got 4 overs in the hut still to bowl. So Med Vikings very much in the driving seat here, Hush.
Absolutely, and I don't know if anybody else can say this, but absolutely zero bias in the combox here.
We just won a good game of cricket, don't we, Hush? We were watching Lawnburns bat earlier. I don't know if you managed to see some of it online.
That's why I came down. I was like, wow, this is brilliant batting. That's why I came down for the second innings. But wow, what a lovely stroke by Jamie Riley there. Just, opened the face of the bat and just guided it down to a late cut for a boundary.
Yeah, simple cricket that. Simple cricket, use the pace, knows where the fielders are. Good stuff from Jamie Riley. Just looks like he's going to go into a forward defensive position, but at the very last second just opens the face and runs the ball off the face of the bat for another boundary. 2 boundaries in this over. So far, good batting this from Jamie Riley. He'll have to keep a very, very patient head on top of those young shoulders.
He's the key now, isn't he?
He's very much the key. Very much the key. All the big core batsmen out back in the pavilion already. As I mentioned at the very start of the game, a depleted side this for Lathbury Lightning. So Jamie Riley very much is going to have to do the bulk of the work here for the team in yellow. It's in the air. Ravi gets under it, and he's gone. Jamie Riley's gone. Commentators curse, maybe, so to speak. He tries to just roll on that ball, and this game very much seems like it's got to fall Med Vikings' way. I mean, anything can happen in cricket. Stranger things have happened. But Jamie Riley, I don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe just try to run it down into the leg side, gets a kind of a leading edge, goes up in the air, and Ravi's got 2 catches for this game. This guy's come out of nowhere.
He looks very good. I saw him warming up like a while ago, and he's bowling decent deliveries as well. They were nipping off as soon as they bounced. They were quick. They were darting in. It was really nice to watch him bowl as well. And he's come out there. He's got a boundary of his first delivery. He's only faced 2 deliveries all game. Then he's had 2 lovely catches. And it's interesting because I was genuinely hoping for a tight finish to the game as a neutral, because it looked like one of those games where if Jamie Riley would have stuck in, the total's not too big, honestly. If you look at the total, it's very doable.
Yeah, 154 is usually chaseable, very chaseable on this ground, especially with the batting that they have in their lineup, don't they, Ash?
Exactly, but with half the tide back in the hut, within the power play is not even over yet. This could get really ugly.
It's crazy. 27 for 4, very well pointed out. Power play is not even over, just 4.4
5 down
overs.
now, actually. That's not updated.
Oh, 5 down, actually. Wow, that's true, very true. 5 down for just 27 runs. Stuff that we would have not expected to see out here as Dharminder bowls wide delivery. Yeah, still 1 over and something left in this power play. I mean, Lathbury Lightning will be very, very disappointed with how they've gone about this batting effort so far. Good back of a length that from DS. Yeah, it's another good cricketer added to the Gibraltar cricketing ranks.
He's got great arms.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, I was going through the Med Vikings team earlier when they walked out to bowl to field, and I was wondering who their bowling options were, and as I was talking aloud, I was wondering if this man Ravi also knew how to bowl. Obviously, I saw him come out, hit that boundary, as you very well mentioned. Usually when cricketers do that, you think they can do it all, right? So I was wondering if he could bowl, and as you mentioned, you saw him warming up.
Exactly, I did, and as you say, he passes the eye test, as they say in cricket.
Oh, very good.
He does pass the eye test. He looks the part, and he's done his job in the field already. He really shouldn't have to do any more. So let's see how he turns up. He's
where's he from? What's he do? When did he get here? Like any?
Nobody knows anything right now. This is the first time I've seen this person.
Okay, very good. Good to see. Hopefully he's here to stick around and he's not just like a visiting option kind of thing. It's always good to see Gibraltar cricket. Obviously, we always want good standard cricketers in our ranks.
Of course.
It makes all the leagues more competitive. So what was he actually bowling in the warm-ups?
It was just like a few steps of a run-up, but it looked like medium pace.
Fast arm?
Very fast arm.
Okay,
that was
good.
the thing. Like he trudges in, but then when he pitches the ball, it's quite quick.
Okay.
Compared, like it doesn't look as quick from the run-up, but it does.
It does come out of his hand quite fast.
It does come out of his hand.
Okay, that's good.
I think it's very quick off the bounce more than anything else.
Yeah, so maybe just quick wrist action, quick. His run-up seems to be a little bit more than just a few paces when he's marked it up out there. So
yeah, that's
be interesting to see the pace he's got behind him.
Yeah, a bit of a nice father-son moment down there with Axel Shah.
Yeah, very good. I was talking about them earlier. Obviously,
how senior was celebrating a boundary.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw, and he was obviously giving his son some tips when he walked out to bat. Axel did do pretty well. Just obviously ended up cutting one straight to a short third man gully region. Obviously, it was a good catch, one-handed, outstretched hand, but. Nonetheless, for a young man watching his senior colleagues come and go, he's stuck in there for a little while. Obviously, Lawnburn came and stole the show.
Absolutely, though. But today's game is again just another example of how much they've missed Lawnburns for the most of the season. For the majority of the season. He's come out today. He scored half the team runs, more than half the team's runs, and he's not even had a ball yet. And they're bowling brilliantly without him. So they've certainly missed him in the batting department. And it showed today as well. It showed the last time he was out there. It showed today. It's a shame that he hasn't been able to play a lot of his cricket in the last couple of years here, because he's a very big asset to Jib cricket. He's helped out a lot. He's helped out in coaching in the past. He comes down, he mentors people who look up to him, and people who ask him for advice. He's very transparent. He'll come out to you and tell you what you're not doing well if you're struggling. He's a good character to have around. So I hope we see more of him in the future. Again.
Yeah, he's always got an open door mentality, right? For anyone to come and ask him anything that they need, that they want to learn. He's always ready to teach people. I was saying earlier that what a big asset he is, obviously, to the team, as you mentioned. But sometimes a player like that, you mentioned he hasn't bowled yet, but when he comes into the team, it just gives everyone else a lift, right? So everyone else is now kind of lifted their game 10%, 15%, and basically delivering out there with him. He's also very good out there in the field for Paddy Hatchman. I'm sure he's in Paddy's ear non-stop with the fielding positions. Ooh, big skip and a hop there from Ravi, but pulls up, so it's a dead ball to start with.
Probably hasn't found his run-up yet. But yeah, just going back to you there, Cabs, that's true. With having Lawnburns on the field, if I'm the one bowling, I will look over my shoulder and see him at long off and long on and be like, yeah, I can't disappoint this man.
yeah, for sure. You want to kind of live up to his expectations, so to speak. Like, run out chance, Sam's got the ball, but good call that from Richard Cunningham in the end. Not the fastest of runners out there, no offence meant, but Richard Cunningham and James Scott out there in the middle right now batting. But quick single nonetheless, good early call. That's what experience does. You don't have to be the fastest, but as long as you know how and when to call, then run is always on offer. Sam slightly on his heels there.
As I said, quick off the bounce.
Yeah.
When Rabbit delivers.
Quick hand, quick wrist action. Good to see kind of the Caribbean style cricketer, seems, with the big chain hanging out as he just tucks that under his shirt now.
And also the quick switch of hands when he bowls. Reminds me of someone in gym. I'm trying to think of who.
Just a single on that occasion from James Scott, pushing forward, trying to drive it through the covers, but opening the face of the bat just ever so slightly, goes to backward point for a single.
Slow one.
Oh, down the leg side. Gonna have to bowl that one again, mate.
Well watched by Richie Cunningham.
Yeah, Richie's, as I said, is gonna have to use every ounce of his experience out here. Try and take this game as deep as possible, but at the same time, try to keep up with the run rate. You don't want it creeping up into the 10, 11, 12 region.
Ooh, big swing by Richie Cunningham. He really needs to stand today. Stand as tall as the Rock of Gibraltar today.
He always likes to bat, Richie. Maybe doesn't get as many opportunities with the team and the batting lineup that he's got, but he's got the opportunity out there today. Still 14 overs after this one, so plenty of time out there to do the business as he tries to go for the covers. Run out chance.
That could be close.
Oh, better throw, and he would have been. That would have been very, very close, but nonetheless, he does make it through.
Just seeing on the sidelines, Mohammad Roshan's yet to come. Very capable batsman, at least in the midweek league that we've seen over the last couple of games. He's scored a bunch of 30s already.
Yeah, I was surprised he wasn't brought on to bowl earlier today. He only bowled his 3 overs in his spell.
Yeah, he only came on at like the 15th or the 14th over or something, and I was very surprised myself.
They had some people who you'd normally consider batsmen, like Charles Packard, bowling ahead of Mohammad Roshan, which is very surprising. As we see Ravi get his first wicket, hit a boundary off the 2 balls he faced when he came out late. He's taken 2 catches already, and now he's got his first wicket with the ball in hand. Very, very able cricketer. Not just on the eye, as Harsh said, but he's doing it in the practical nature of playing out there now. Did he bowl him round his legs, Harsh?
Looked like it.
Maybe James Scott just stepping a little bit too far across.
Did look like it, but going back to your previous point about Mohammad Roshan not bowling earlier, could it be to do with Lawn not coming into bats earlier and them saving him for Lawn?
Yeah, but Lawn was out there for quite a while until he came on. I mean, we don't really know what goes on in the mind of
captain, of
the
course.
captain, but some interesting decisions. Maybe one to break down over a beer later amongst themselves. Maybe look back on that, but he did bowl 3 overs and he did bowl very well. So, and he is considered a bowler. That's why we obviously are deliberating on why he didn't bowl his full spell, but. Just wonder how costly some of those drop catches may be. Obviously, we had a very, very big appeal for run out on Lawnburns, which seemed very close from up here. Umpire gave it not out in the end, which obviously we have to stick with the umpire's decisions. As we see Dharminder Singh come in for his second over. He's got 1 wicket after conceding 9 runs in his first.
Ooh, driven down the ground by Richie Cunningham. They come down for a single. Dharminder wearing his hat backwards when he's bowling. It reminds me a bit of Joey Marples when he used to bowl, if you remember, Cabs.
Yeah, Joey Marples. Isn't he a wicket keeper?
He is, but back when he used to bowl, he was a very capable medium pacer actually.
Very keen cricketer, right?
He is. I remember one day he had a tough outing in the European Cricket League, and he came back the very same day. Ooh.
Very good slower ball. That very sensible bowling that from Dharminder Singh.
Yeah.
Very wise cricketer. Obviously saw him disappear with the bat, first ball of the innings, something that no one ever wants to be part of. But seems like he's doing a good job out there with the ball. Didn't just throw his head down or float away. He's still very focused out there. He knew that he had a job to do with the ball, and he seems to be delivering out there right now.
Well, the main thing, he comes from the same part of India as I do, and if there's one thing that we're taught there, it is to hit out or get out. So I think that might have been in his head earlier today, but as I was talking about Joey Marples, it's one day he had a very rough outing at the European Cricket League, came back to Gib the very same day, was in the nets, hat backwards, and bowled about, 10 overs in a row without breathing, because he was so livid with himself.
Well, that's good. That's good to see, though. Good to see.
Yeah, it's a happy memory for me in the sense of it's.
Very nice guy is Joey Marples. Now we been on on a tour with him, I believe. Very nice guy. Haven't seen him in quite a while, so Joey Marples, if you are out there listening, send us a message. Let Gibraltar Cricket know that you're doing well and how your cricket may be going over in the UK where you're living.
Scored a century last year, from what I remember.
Good stuff. This from DS. Very good stuff. This from DS. Did he let everyone know on Instagram about his century? Is that how you know about it? Or
No comments. Guys, no comments. I like to think if Cabs was on Instagram, he'd do the same thing.
Yeah, to be fair, my social media is very much non-existent. But yeah, I'd be shouting it out from the mountaintops, from the top of the rock.
Couple of really high scores by Cabs, though, 80s and the 90s. Unfortunately, none of them resulted in wins for the Galpa Giants this year.
Thanks for reminding me, Harsh. Always pleasure to have you around. Nonetheless, I will shout out that not that I look at Crick Heroes much, but under the column of MVP, there is my name. There is my name there at the top of the ranks. We've had a very good season, Galpa Giants. Very interesting, very well led by skipper Ian Latine. It's been very much a team performance from all of us, and one of my better years in terms of performances, but also in terms of enjoyment within the team, as we see Richard Cunningham hit a glorious straight drive back over the bowler's head.
Nobody likes being hit on top of, over the head.
Over the head, especially not by Richard Cunningham.
And then by anyone, really.
Yeah,
it's gosh, wow.
Very good.
Brilliant
that from
shot,
Richard Cunningham.
Brilliant shot. Put his foot down and drove it.
Yeah, he just backed himself, didn't he? Just backed himself. That's a little reminder of what Richard Cunningham can do if he sets his stall out and bats for long. Needs to keep his head. Current run rate is 5.05. Required run rate has now crept over the 9-run mark, 9.32.
I agree, Cabs. I think those are my favorite types of cricket shots when you wow.
Sound off the bat, straight to Sargent, and Sargent's taken the catch this time. Richard Cunningham trying to rinse and repeat with that straight drive. This time he tries to cross bat it straight down the ground, but he's managed.
Very good.
Yeah,
it sounded very good. Didn't go
from far. Here. We were thinking he's repeated the shot essentially, but he's found the man straight at mid off. Sargent Singh taking a good catch. Good fielding this from Vikings. They're backing up their bowlers with catches. They're doing the job that they've set out to do, and now they've lost their 7th wicket of Lathbury Lightning with 37 runs on the board.
I was just going to talk about how my favourite strokes in cricket are like the one he played before, where he cleared the bowler's top of the bowler's head. I feel like they are the safe shots to play, where they're relatively risk-free, because when they come off, they look perfect. But not to be for this ball for Richie Cunningham. And now we have Adrian Fernandez. Hit a 19 of 10 balls yesterday, from what I remember in the midweek league. But let's see how it goes here. Big swing and a miss.
That is the biggest hoik I've seen ever.
I saw a few bigger ones yesterday, but he did clear the outfield with those.
Okay. How did yesterday's game go? Who did you play against?
Yesterday's game was Rugby CC versus the developmental side.
What was the result?
Developmental side were 99 for 8, or like all out after their innings, and Rugby chased that down comfortably in 12 or 13 overs.
Oh, as we see.
And big misfield down at the third man by Zachary Simpson.
I'm pretty sure that Adrian Fernandez has only got to play one way. He's come out and he's played the exact same shot back to back. First one was a big hoik and a miss. Went fishing on that one. Second one, big, thick outside edge.
Scored a cover drive 6 yesterday.
Runs down. Did he?
Yes.
So he can bat.
And then he scored a boundary with the same cover drives. 2 balls later, 1 bounce. But yeah, he is. I asked him yesterday. I was like, why do you swing so hard when you can take all the time in the world? Because you've got strokes. You just have to mix them up with a bit of safe game play. And he's like, I only know one way to play, Harsh. I only know one way to play. I go out and I swing. I said, you know what, understandable. You enjoy your cricket.
Go big or go home. That's essentially the motto in Adrian Fernandez's mind right now. He finishes off that over, does Ravi with a dot ball, which means that Mohammed Roshan will come back onto strike. He's still on 0 off the 5 balls he's faced, but his mentality is very much bat by numbers as well. Either a big block or a big swing. That's what we've come to see from Mohammed Roshan.
It's true, Cabs, but with 12 overs to go and over 100 runs to get, and just 3 wickets in hand, you kind of have to hope they take it deep, and that's the only way they win. Because even if they go swing, 50 runs by swinging from here on, still not enough. So if they bat out the next 7 or 8 overs at 6 and over, 7 and over, and then try and swing in the end, that might be their only win condition at this point. As Mohammed Roshan with a very disciplined block.
Very good point, Ash. Very good point. Sorry, as we see a new bowler come on, Zachary Simpson, leg spinner, bowling before Lawnburns. Very good from Lawn, I guess, allowing other people to have a chance. Obviously, they still know they've got the safety of his overs in the hut if required, but he's called on the other leg spinner to bowl before him, as we see Zach bowl another good delivery. So 3 dots to start Zachary Simpson's over. Mohammed Roshan at the minute just very happy to fend the ball away. Big swing straight to Sarjan, and very tough catching chance, very low down to the ground, but it was put down. But I believe that Sarjan may not have even been attempting a catch, just trying to stop the ball from going past him for a boundary. Done well in the end, saved 3 runs. This will bring Adrian Fernandez on strike for a big swing, and he's got him.
It wasn't really a swing. That was
Zachary Simpson. No, I expected a big swing. Maybe that's what he should have done.
Yeah, that was his the most defensive shot he's played all week, and we've played 3 games this week.
I actually read an article just yesterday. Obviously, we've got the India's Tour of England coming up.
Ooh, very exciting series. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we all are for sure.
Just want to see some Joe Root batting.
New captain. That's very good of you, being an Indian, wanting to watch Joe Root bat. Obviously, he's a very classy batsman, as we know. But I read an article that was based upon Shubman Gill, and obviously him taking over the captaincy reins now. Just over the last 4 years, how his test batting average has not been great. But he was saying that he almost felt that he wasn't playing so well because he was being too defensive. So then I started looking, as he started changing that from 2021, his batting averages got progressively better when he started to leave less balls and play a little bit more attacking cricket.
That's like the Ben Duckett syndrome of, he started actually hitting everything or swinging at everything, and he started scoring more runs. It's interesting, but I still think that Shubman Gill has a very big weakness of just off that off-stump line from a seamer. He often gets bowled straight through the gate.
Yeah, his dismissals were mainly caught behind or caught in the slips, which was what I read in the article. Obviously, you follow the Indian cricket team a lot closer than I do, but yeah, it's going to be a very big series for him nonetheless. As we see the new batter coming out there, Axel Shah's father, Kush Shah, his first game in Gibraltar, roped in to play cricket last minute for the team in yellow. Tries to swing into the leg side. No doubt his son will be sledging him from very close by. Maybe his son will give him some tips this time. Oh, he's actually going to get a chance to bowl, is Axel. Very good this from skipper Paddy Hatchman. They've got runs in the bank. They've got runs on the board, sorry. They've got Lawnburns still to bowl. Why not give the young man an opportunity to bowl at his father, even though his father's on the non-strikers in at the minute. Mohamed Roshan seems very within himself, don't you think, Hush? Just hasn't really played any aggressive shots yet. He's on like one of 10 balls.
It looks like he's recognised the responsibility of having to stay in because there's no wickets left. Like, as I said, he's had some good scores over the last couple of games in the midweek league. So he just recognises that he needs to be there till the end. It looks very improbable now, but
well, that current run rate
he's the only option at this point. He is the only option.
Yeah, that required run rate is creeping up, but he doesn't want to be just blocking balls away either for too long. I mean, it's now over 10 runs and over 10 and a half and over 10.59 the required run rate. So not quite sure what he's thinking. Massive forward defensive, picture perfect that for any young cricketer out there. That's how you play a forward defensive. Big stride, bat against the pad, no gap between them. This is a great start though from Axel. 3 very straight deliveries, 1 back of the hand delivery. The kid's got some talent. His father standing at the non-strikers and watching his son very closely will be very, very proud.
Ooh, big swing, connected very well, sounded great. No fielders out on the leg side, and that's a clean boundary from Roshan.
What do you think about this field? They've only got 1 man on the boundary at the minute.
I like it. It's aggressive. It gives the bowler confidence. It gives a young bowler like Axel confidence to see he's got Barry Hatchman in his team. He's got Harry Pyle in his team. He's got Lawnburns in his team, and they're all like, you know what, set up an attacking field. Let's see what the batsman can do at this point.
Yeah, slight change there. Paddy Hatchman does stay out on the boundary though, kind of 3/4 of the way out. Still not really saving one or saving a boundary. So you want to maybe give that confidence to the bowler, but you also want to back him. It would be nice if they try to play big shots. Stop that, Sergeant, on the boundary. Yeah, well done, Sarge.
Oh, just a single down there. Denied. Roshan denied a double.
Yeah, but Axel will get a chance to bowl at his daddy.
I sense a big wicket coming. I sense a wicket.
Who do you think is going to win this one?
I think it's going to be Axel. He looks hungry.
Drum roll, please. Father against son.
He's running in. And
goes up in the air. And Ravi's taken his 3rd catch. Brilliant stuff. That is what we want to see. Oh, and that's actually the game because they have 1 player less actually, the Lathbury Lightning. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the game.
Can we get a photo of Gaps?
Axel Shah.
goes in the end. That's like that.
Richie, what's the point in what was the point in getting such good teams for like all the games and then tonight you didn't get?
Yeah, we won. Vamos, putos.
Thanks, Ashman. Brilliant. It's much better with you here, man. I feel fucking bored when I do it on my own.
Some people wouldn't like him when they with a big smile on his face.
No, I said big smile on his face with the competition ending and he gets a break now. I'm smart.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot.
You ended it well. When I heard it, I was like, big smile, big smile. Very happy, cool. Very happy.
And actually, I was every time I say I'm going to commentate, like the last hour before coming to come up, I'm like, yeah, I really want to do it. And then I come and I always enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good fun. You express yourself well. It's good for you.
I'm happy, and I'm really happy with the result, nonetheless. Oh shit.